Well, Mark, you signed a new contract in September 2013, again in September 2015, and now in September 2017. It's a good time of year for you, this.
Yeah, especially with the birth of my child not that long ago. It's been a quite exciting time for me. And obviously the start of the season that we've had, it's going to be an exciting season.
And you still had 2 years left, potentially, on your previous deal. I mean, how much is this a show of faith from the club and from the head coach that he obviously sees you as being a real part of his plans going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we started negotiations actually back in the last season, but I think we weren't playing that well, so we decided to just leave it. And obviously the new changed manager, so I'm not really sure if you're going to be involved or in his plans. But he told me I was in his plans, and I've started the season quite well. So it shows great faith from him and the club to give me a new deal, especially when I had time left already.
And I think we spoke to you quite recently where you talked about never wanting to be comfortable. And I guess, knowing you, you've got the new contract, but standards can't slip, and there's so much competition around now that you wouldn't let that happen. Yeah,
I mean, obviously people might think 4-year deal, you've got a bit of comfort now. There's no chance at all. It's a really big season for us. I mean, look, joint top, I know we're behind on goal difference, but it's a really exciting season in terms of what team is potential and capable of. So, I mean, we're looking to obviously get promoted, and I want to play as many games as possible to get to the Premier League.
Do you ever look back now and think back to that friendly, I think it was 2010 against Wolves, and then getting a move over here? I mean, what are your memories of that time?
My dad reminds me about it quite often, just to keep my feet on the ground, because it was by chance really that I even played in that game, and I didn't even play that well. My dad was saying to me a couple of months back that he thought I was rubbish in actually. So I got the chance to just come on trial. Probably helped that I was young at the time, and yeah, I did all right, and they signed me, and I've worked hard since then. It's not just happened. I've worked hard, done what I've had to do, go out on loan, play games elsewhere, and I'm back and I'm playing first team football quite regularly, so I'm happy here.
How do you think you've changed in that 7 years as a player and as a person, I suppose?
Well, obviously you mature as a person. You learn different things all the time, going away, living on my own. I went to Scotland and lived on my own, didn't drive. It was quite difficult, so I learned a lot from that. And football-wise, I mean, I still can't defend, so I mean, going forward, I quite enjoy doing that. So I mean, I've just become better, even with the new manager. Shape-wise, I'm learning all the time what to do. Last season was different shape, so this season's new, so I have to change how I play. Going forward, obviously I love doing that. So yeah, I've obviously improved over the years.
I think Saturday was your 150th league appearance for Wolves. I mean, how proud are you of that? It's quite a landmark at such a big club where competition for places is often pretty fierce.
Yeah, I thought I'd played more actually. So someone told me I played almost 200 times. I don't know if that's all competitions though. And that was a while back. So yeah, obviously proud to make as many appearances as possible for Wolves. Like you said, the competition for place is always quite high, especially this season. So long may it continue.
Has your influence changed in the dressing room, do you feel? I think you're probably the second most experienced outfield player here now. Do you give advice out to people as you?
No, not really. I'm quite laid back actually. Yeah, I'm quite laid back. Just let people get on with how they approach a game. I'm different. Obviously, people like to do their own thing. I'm not going to interrupt how they. Obviously, if I see something that might help somebody, then I'll try and help them. But I'm not going to go around trying to change something in everyone's game, trying to be some kind of magician with them, trying to make them better players. They know what to do. Do you know what I mean? They're experienced players.
So many changes in this 7 years. So many players coming and going, different head coaches and managers coming and going. You're kind of the great survivor. Why do you feel like it is? Why do you feel you've managed to just keep going with every different regime that's come in?
I must be decent at football, firstly. I don't know actually. I don't know why that is, because, like you said, nobody's really survived. And I can play a number of positions maybe. I can play on the left or the right. So I couldn't put my finger on exactly why. Just they seem to like me.
And you've touched on the changes in the summer. I mean, how excited are you by, Nuno, the new staff, the way the season started, and the way you've already sort of fitted into his plans?
Yeah, well, I've said before, the staff are top class. One of the best overall staff that I've worked with. There's attention to detail. You're doing everything for a reason, and it's probably shown in the way we're playing now, and why I know it's only 9 games in, but why we're at the top. So staff-wise, they're probably one of the best I've worked with.
And how exciting is this season now? The Championship's such a tough league, you'll know that from your time here. We're up at the top at the moment. What's it going to take, really, do you think, to stay up there for the rest of the season?
Just keep doing what we're doing. We're not playing great, but we're still winning games. But when we start playing well, we could wipe the floor with some teams. There's a different feel about the place this season. I think a lot of us are not expecting to be up there, but would not be surprised at all. I mean, the players who've come in abroad settled in really quick, and that's a good thing. And we see Costa on the bench at the weekend. Just shows strength and depth of the squad as well.
Do you think there's a lot of character there as well? Because there's a lot of talk about the change of the squad and who's coming in. And as you say already, we've won games where we haven't played particularly as well as we could do. So there's quality and hopefully character as well.
Yeah, there is. I mean, a game like Saturday, when you concede like that and then score, it can boost your confidence for the next, not only tomorrow, for Saturday as well. It would have been a completely different feeling now if we had drawn the game. We would have felt a bit down for the next couple of days. But like you said, the character, the boys they've brought in, none of them have big heads, not cocky. They're all down to earth, and that's why they've probably settled in so well.
And you just mentioned becoming a dad recently. Has that again changed you? Has it changed your perspective? Has it perhaps made you even better as a footballer?
It's changed my perspective on things where there's more to life than playing football. Obviously, I love playing football, and that's my job at the end of the day. But I mean, I can't wait to go home even now. I know we're travelling later to go home and see her for a few hours before I go. I don't sleep as much, which is probably normal. But I mean, I wouldn't change anything.
And just finally, this contract is for 4 years. On a personal note, what sort of ambitions have you got left? I guess it's the obvious, it's Premier League. Internationally as well, perhaps?
Oh, I mean, of course. I mean, I've been in the provisional squad for the last 7 or something and still not got in it. So there's 2 games left in qualifying, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And obviously on the Wolves front, Premier League football this season.